Okay, so we're back with the new moon report and the week ahead for August 26th through September 1st. So, yeah, wow. Let me move this here. Hang on. So, wow. The new moon, August 30th, is pretty cool because it has a Merkabah in it, which is also called the star seed. So, those of you who don't know, I'm not going to go fully into what a Merkabah is. But a Merkabah, and it traces all the way back to Merkabah, like to the Kabbalah, and also to ancient Egypt, as it's translated as the light ascension vehicle, and it's supposed to be where the light consciousness, the light body, the light being body, travels to and from the heaven sphere and the earth sphere without losing memory. That's supposed to be what the Merkabah is supposed to be for. So you keep your form, and it usually shows, and I'll show you the symbol. It's two trines, one upward, one downward. You see here? So you have all this stuff going on in Leo with the sun and the moon and Venus and Mars, trines up on Uranus. Then it comes down to South Node, Saturn, Pluto. Okay, and then it comes across here to the Leo situation, and then the other one comes from North Node and Sirius, the star Sirius, down to the IC, the Immancoli, which is just the lowest part of the sky that the planets travel before they ascend again. And then Neptune, and then back over to North Node. So, man, and then usually what they show when you look up starseed and you start researching it, you see like a human figure in the middle. Meaning like that's how they travel to and from the dimensions without losing their form or their structure. It's supposed to represent structure, but it's really structure of the consciousness, the memory. So you don't come down to the earth plane born with amnesia. So that's the Merkabah. So look that up. It's a pretty powerful new moon. But before I go on, let me just make an announcement, or maybe two. Well, an announcement and my astrology rave. Rant, I mean. So first announcement is the Sidereal Astrology Master Course. We're going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing, and teaching an astrology master course, which covers sidereal astrology, astronomy, ancient cosmology, and astrotheology. All of these things, all of my studies are going to be combined into a study that I'm going to actually share with you. It's going to be an 8-part course, and we're going to meet twice a week on a webinar base as a group, a small group, and there is an application process because I'm not just taking anyone that comes. So it's a master course. So when you're done, you're going to be a well-studied astrologer, sidereal astrologer that knows their way around the sky. So you're going to be able to go outside and literally do a reading, holding your chart, but also you're going to be able to go outside and do a reading in the sky, and you're going to be able to show the true constellations where these planets are, because like right now Jupiter is in Scorpio, but in tropical astrology they're saying Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So if somebody's reading a chart in tropical astrology, they're going to say, okay, Jupiter, Sagittarius, whatever. And if you're reading a chart for an astrologer or someone who even just knows what the constellations look like, and you go outside, that person who might be your client is going to say, well, you just told me Jupiter was in Sag, and I see it's in Scorpio, and that's going to be an issue. So when you finish this course, you're going to actually be well studied and armed with this knowledge that you're going to be able to point that out and see for yourself that sidereal astrology was practiced by the ancients. That's how the ancients practiced. They practiced through visual observation, and then putting it down on a chart and studying it that way. And that's what we're doing. So we're revisiting and reviving the ancient way of practicing and studying astrology the way it should be, aligned with the stars, because that's what astrology means. It means astrology breaks down to astro means stars or the cosmos. Ology means the study of the stars. That's what we do. So that's what this master course is about. It's the roots of astrology, of first science. So this is what we're going to bring out and train. Okay, so there should be some details floating around. Reach out on Sidereal Revolution. That's our Facebook group. Siderealastrologist.com is the website. And by about now, September, we should have some dates, which I think it's going to look like mid to end September is when the class is going to take place. And then my astrology rant, I think I just did my astrology rant. I tied it in with the course, which is, the mainstream tropical astrology that we practice and everyone follows, and it's in all newspapers, doesn't align with the stars, doesn't align with the constellations. And sometimes even astrologers, tropical astrologers, don't even know this. And that's kind of just not, I don't know. No matter how much I try, I'm just uneasy with that. I'm uneasy with doing astrology that's not aligned with stars, and then saying your destiny is in the stars, but then it's really not aligned with the stars. So it's really kind of crazy. But that's my rant. So I'm going to kind of cool out right now. I'm going to get back to the most important thing, which is the new moon report, then the week ahead after that. But this new moon report I call the Starseed Awakening. And the last few videos I put out, we saw there was a lot of action going on in Leo. And we still have stuff going on in Leo. The sun is in Leo. The moon is in Leo, obviously conjunct because it's a full moon. Mars is in Leo, 23 degrees. Venus in Leo, 26 degrees. Mercury in Leo, 17 degrees. So basically these are all conjunct in Leo. And like we talked about before, Leo is the royal sign. So now you have pretty much everybody hanging out in Leo on this new moon of renewal, awakening. And let me just see. I thought I saw something else real quick. All right. And then the Merkabah is really fascinating. I mean, I love what I see, because what you see here is everything going on in Leo pointing up to Uranus. Uranus coming down to the Neptune. To Pluto, Saturn, South Node conjunction. Then coming across to Sun, Moon, everything in Leo. So right here, this is what I wrote is awakening. Awakening. This is awakening because we're dealing with Uranus, and Uranus is awakening, and it's in Aries. So that's the new paradigm shift, awakening. New moon is planting newness, freshness, new seeds. And the masculine, feminine, Mars, Venus, we spoke about, Mercury, all of that stuff is going on. And then this whole Saturn, Pluto, South Node conjunction is breaking down. So for renewal, so this is awakening, and then past the test of illusion. Okay, this is we're breaking past this illusion right now, and this is awakening. This is why the starseed is can never, when you have a Merkabah starseed, it's the illusion of Earth. You're born on Earth with amnesia, and then from day one, pretty much, you're fed illusions of what this reality should be, and it's fed through us through education, through cartoons, just everything. As soon as you're born, the magic is just pretty much beaten out of you. All right, now this is saying, this is the paradigm reset. This is no, you're born remembering this stuff, and now you're born carrying this stuff. And the royal stuff we spoke about in the last video was with respect, you're going to actually be able to honor people's truths as they are born, which is a big thing. Because before, we were all just indoctrinated. Everybody had to be the same. Boys had to be like this. Girls had to be like that. Da 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 da. And then your starseed self is didn't come here for that. So then you have to endure all that indoctrination and lose consciousness and the amnesia. Since you're born with amnesia, you lose your consciousness as a child, and then you're pretty much done your whole life. So this right here is saying no. This is nope. Remember, time tested everything. You're gonna just be awakened. And then what I'm seeing here is North Node conjunct Sirius, the star Sirius, which is the Queen Isis in ancient Egypt. And also in the Queen's chamber, at a certain time, the shaft in her chamber points to Sirius, while at the same time, the shaft in the King's chamber points to a star in Orion, and I think it points to Mintaka. I think that might be the star that it points to. But anyway, so that's the masculine and that's the feminine with stars. Alright, so that's where the North Node is conjunct, and it's in Gemini. Alright. So this downward Merkabah, which is basically rooted in Earth, showing to the heavens, coming from the heaven rooted to Earth, is like trusting in the flow of spirit, because Neptune retrograde in Aquarius is trusting in spirit, but also trusting in the unknown, which can be confusion or illusion. So now we're rooting that down. That's like being rooted. That's the direction, is to trust in spirit and not give in to the illusion, because you have all this radical breaking free energy with all the stuff going on. Leo, galactic royal, Uranus in Aries, and then the whole breaking down Saturn Pluto conjunction, South Node and Sagittarius, all that stuff. It's just like the awakening, and holding the memory. So we might have a lot of memories during this time, during this new moon, of what our real purpose is. And it's could be kind of cool, because it's the end of August, end of the summer. We had our summer fun, and then it's just like, okay, back to work. Like, what's our purpose? And then you're going to be getting super downloads, probably, of like really what your purpose is. So that all these things are kind of going to be like kind of playing out. Yeah, you still have that. And this is like kind of really strong. So look all this Merkabah stuff up and get into it on your own. So I'm not influencing you too much, but yeah, get into it on your own, and like find your own language and your own being around it, because you could be having some awakenings, and awakenings that are not really predicted could be like crazy. You can feel like you're going crazy, because awakenings are not always like, spiritual awakenings are not always like love and light and roses and stuff like that. So just, maybe it's a good idea to know that it's about like kind of like crazy, breaking the paradigm. It's just crazy. So just be prepared for that, but also remembering. So you gotta take care of yourself, because you're gonna have a remembering. Alright, so yeah, I just blew myself away with all of this stuff. So we're gonna jump over to the week ahead and see what all that's about. Okay, so just hang on 1 second. Okay, so yeah, we're back with the week ahead. August 30th, right here is the moon, which went over the whole Merkabah situation. It's pretty powerful. Here we have the Venus Uranus that was going on last week, so we already discussed that. The Mars Uranus now is kicking in, so that's the masculine. That's like, let me see. Hold on, my notes. I got notes. Hang on a sec. What I wrote down for that was this will be like more application, like manifesting the change of the new paradigm, like putting the energy forward, breaking free, breaking through, because Mars is like the one that breaks through. So a lot of that energy, probably when you have this whole Merkabah thing, is like coming on, and like you kind of like having these like memory, past life stimulation of your real purpose on Earth, and then this paradigm shift is going to trigger that also, and then Mars energy is going to be like, get her done, man, let's do it. So that's going to be kicking in 26th through the 29th. So use that energy to do that, to free, apply energy to breaking down barriers or whatever. Because then the sun in Leo, right, trines on Uranus. So that's like solar powered breakthrough, right? Because sun will just be charging up that Uranus energy, and that's good. And then sun conjunct Mars. So this is a lot of force, energy, breaking through, making headway on the visions. So I like to see that. That's pretty cool. And that's whole part of that Merkabah. And then goes exact is this Venus-Saturn thing, which is great. Because the Venus-Saturn is always it's like a settling time, because you know a lot of times the Shakti feminine energy is always like on fire. It's always alive, and it's usually good to see when masculine energy is having a time of awakening and on fire, which is doing the trine to Uranus. Venus is doing the trine to Saturn, so Venus is doing more of an like a supportive, structured role, which is kind of good sometimes because it allows the masculine to like go out and just really like burn through it and know like there's like a little bit of like wisdom and nurturing waiting for it. And that's part of the paradigm. That's part of the respect paradigm. And you know, no matter how much the shifting of the paradigms and all these things and stuff like that, like you know, there's nothing like a masculine day, like a working hard day, muscly day, hard working day, and coming home to like feminine softness. And you know, sometimes like a good feminine nurtured meal is good after a long hard day of sweating. That could be kind of good if it's like done like kind of like mutually understanding, not like, hey woman, get my dinner ready, but like there's a certain beauty to like just like collapsing from like a whole Mars working force and then just being nurtured, and that's kind of cool. So that could kind of be like what the roles are going to be, and that's a chance to kind of respect, do that whole respect situation we talked about, like that royal situation we spoke about. So that could be kind of cool. And also there could also be reverse, like you know, sometimes the masculine will be doing like what can be viewed as feminine work, and vice versa. Like maybe the feminine partner will be doing like gardening like big time, and the masculine will cook. I mean, whatever, but it's just the energy, you know, of the force, and then receiving and then nurturing. So that energy, and then again, you're gonna have this. It's interesting. You're gonna have this Mercury, Uranus trine. Let me just check where Mercury is again. Oh, Mercury is still in Leo. It's Leo, right? Yeah. And the Uranus thing. So that's that situation we kept talking about whatever wasn't right. Because I think Mercury before Mercury was something was dealing with Chiron. So that was that whole possibly being broadcasted with this thing that's in the news now with this child sex trafficking uncool situation that definitely needs to just leave, just to be revealed and leave our reality. Like that's a reality that's just should not exist at all. And that hopefully I predicted before that's going to be revealed and dealt with, and I'm hoping that that is that this is going to show up again, because that needs to go. And let me just see what else. Yeah, I think that was it for the last one. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're done with this week. New moon is powerful. I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe some cool ceremonies. I don't know, but man, that's going to be nice. Alright. I ready to talk about the class, the master course. By this time you would already see some dates kind of circulating, so it's going to be sometime in like mid to end of September, and it's going to be the Sidereal Astrology Master Course. So sign up on the email list at siderealastrologist.com. Right about now or later, my little button here to subscribe to the YouTube channel is going to pop up. So you know, to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then join the Facebook group Sidereal Revolution. And I'll see you on the next video. Alright guys, thanks. Bye.